Hey there, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be diving into something that I know a lot of you are constantly searching for, and that is new untapped KDP niches to publish in. Now, this is part 2 of the series where I take you through 5 of the best random KDP niches that are perfect for low and medium content books. Now, if you haven't watched part 1 yet, don't worry, you can click on top of this video and check it out right after this one. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online, whether it be through Amazon KDP or other online businesses. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, if you've been in the Amazon KDP game for any length of time, then you already know how quickly some niches can get oversaturated. But here's the good news. Opportunities are still everywhere if you know where to look. And that's exactly what I've done for you today. So every niche that I'm going to be sharing with you has been carefully validated to meet 3 of my most important criteria. That is low competition, which means you're going to stand a real chance of ranking on Amazon. High demand, because what's the point of creating books if no one is looking for them? And last of all, profit potential, which means that these niches have customers who are ready to spend. Now, the first niche we have is the nursing pharmacology notebook. And right away, what I look for is going to be right here, total results. So this purple bar is called Titan's Quick View, and it's a free extension that I use for KDP research, and it's free to download. So feel free to go to the Chrome Web Store and install this so you can see the same type of information that I put on my videos, because I use this extension pretty much in all of my videos. Now, with total result of 488, we have exact matches at 31 out of 48, which basically means how many books on the first page are ranking with this specific keyword in their title, and then how many books are independently published, which means how many books are KDP books. So we see 44. Now, the average bestsellers rank is 1.1 million, average reviews 163, and then the average price $8.15 with a high of almost $50. And then we have a niche score that's provided by Titan's Quick View of 54. When validating a niche, I look for 3 specific things. The first one has to do with competition. And the way I look at this is just basically by the search results. And so I'm looking for search results of about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not too high and I might have a chance at ranking my book on the first page of Amazon. Number 2, I'm looking for demand. So there's no point selling a book or having a book up if no one's looking for it. So I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, which is going to tell me that these books are selling right now, which means that there is some type of demand here. And then number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that basically validates all of this, that comes from Titan's Quick View, that has a score of at least 50. So with total results of 488, that's well below that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for. So this is telling me that there's not that much competition here. So this is a good sign. Now, number 2 is going to be with demand. And how we do that is just by going through all the books here. So I like to stay away from sponsored products, but the next one right next to it, what I look for is under publisher. It says independently published and with a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. And so this satisfies both. And then I look for 2 more of these types of books. And so the one right next to it is also a nursing pharmacology notebook, and it is independently published with a bestsellers rank under 300,000. The one right next to it is a nursing pharmacology notebook. It is independently published, but it is above the 300,000. So I keep moving to the next one. So this one right here is 333,000. This one is 977,000, 1,888,000, 1,970,000, 585,000, 367,000, 323,000, 257,000. So we see there is sufficient enough demand here. People are looking for these types of books because we have enough books here that are selling and selling well right now. And then the niche score of 54 basically validates all of that stuff. And it's basically telling me that there is potential here for profits. And so this is why this niche is on the list. If we take a quick look at this book, we're going to see it's a very simple type of logbook. It has a BSR of 32,000, which if you use an Amazon KDP book sales calculator like this one right here, we plug that in, that's about 9 sales per day and an estimated 270 sales per month. And we add that royalty calculator with all that information from the book. and that's an estimated royalties of $27 per day and $821 per month. Not too bad from this type of book. Now, from the A+ content from the publisher, we can see that this is basically what the book is. We have a couple boxes here with some labels, and then it's repeated over and over and over throughout the rest of the book. Very simple type of books. These are my favorite types of books because there's a lot of profit potential here and the work is not that much, but people need these types of books. So they always look for logbooks. Now you can easily go to Creative Fabrica and look for an interior here that you like, and look for one that is Canva editable so that you can actually upload it onto Canva and make edits and make it your own, make it unique, make it original. But also what you could do is you could download these interiors, look at them, and then try to replicate them, but not directly copy them. And so that's also an idea that you can do for these logbooks, or you can even look at the actual interior of the book that you want to compete with and see where you can improve upon it. See where you can kind of change the styling, change the types of sizes on the boxes. Maybe a certain label here should be a bigger box, things like that. And also look through the customer reviews. So if we look through the customer reviews here, we can kind of see if there are any places within the book that we can improve upon and kind of grab some of the sales from this book. If you go ahead and look at other books that have lower ratings, but it's always a good idea to look at the reviews of these books, because in certain cases, you can actually find some problems with the book. And then if you make a book that fixes those problems, well, those people are gonna end up buying your book instead of the book that has these issues. Now, the second random niche that we have for today is the Caregiver Daily Logbook. So right away, total results 513. So not very competitive here. You're gonna have a good chance at getting your book ranked here on the first page of Amazon without having to use KDP ads. We see 36 out of 48 on exact match, which once again means how many books are ranking for this specific keyword, and then how many books are independently published, which is 36, which means that there are 36 books here on the first page that are KDP books. Now, the average bestsellers rank is just under 1 million. We have the average reviews of 62, and then the average price is your common around $7. This is $7.72. And then that niche score 53. So we know the competition is low here. We know the niche score is decent. Now with the demand, let's go ahead and quickly go through this niche. Once again, I skipped through the sponsored products. Now the first book we have is not a KDP book because once I hover over it, it doesn't say independently published. And so I just move on to the next one. So the next one right here, Caregiver Daily Logbook, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 138,000. So this is a book that is showing that there might be demand here. The next one, independently published, 99,000 BSR. So that's very good. If we find one more, then it's going to satisfy my demand requirement. And this one right here is at 432,000. So that's a little bit high. But I see one right here at 241,000. I see another one right here, 167,000. And then a little bit more here that are ranking actually pretty well. So this niche is going to be a very good niche. It has demand. Here's another one, 132,000. And then here's another one at 176,000. So people are buying this specific type of book. So this is why this is on the list. Now, another reason why this is on the list is because it is a logbook. And I believe logbooks are the best way to get started with Amazon KDP because one, they're easy to make. And number two, you don't have to put a lot of time into actually making these interiors. And number three, the profit potential is really good for these books, especially because they're an evergreen type of product, which means that they're going to sell year round. And there's not going to be that up and down kind of sales generally with logbooks. Now, this book with a BSR of 88,395 is making about an estimated $7 per day, which is about $227 per month in estimated royalties. Once again, not bad at all, considering you can have many types of logbooks making this type of income. So this is all going to add up at the end of the month. And so this is a great type of book to put in your library. Now, some A+ content from the publisher. So once again, very easy. As you can see, just a bunch of boxes, bunch of labels, and this is the old version. So here's the new version. So once again, it's still pretty much the same thing. I mean, we have boxes upon boxes and just some labels. Now on Creative Fabrica, we're gonna have a ton of options here for the caregiver daily logbook. And one of the things with Amazon KDP is they're not as strict with logbooks when you're using the interiors on Creative Fabrica, but it is always recommended to make edits, to make changes, to customize interiors so that they are original and you're not really uploading something that someone else created. But once again, you can go ahead and look at these, take inspiration, and then kind of emulate it, make it your own. And if you find places to improve the interior of a book that's selling well, like this one, well, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so the next niche we have is the creepy kawaii coloring book. So right away, we see total results just over 1,000. So still not bad, a little bit competitive, but it's still possible to get onto the first page here without having to run any ads. We see bestsellers rank on average of 297,000. So that's actually really, really good. That's about a sale per day. And the average review is 306, average price $8.37. The exact match, only 9 out of 48 that's ranking for this keyword in their title, and 45 independently published books. We see a niche score of 68, so pretty high. Now let's go through the books here to see how much demand there is. The first book right here, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 7,554, which is good for an estimated royalty of $84 per day and over $2,500 per month. We see another book here that's independently published with a bestsellers rank of 1,000, which is good for an estimated royalty of $383 per day and over $11,500 every single month. The one right next to it has a bestsellers rank of 17,630. So that's already 3 books showing enough demand here in this niche. But let's look at this right here. 221,000 BSR, 210 pages. Look at the price, $22.95. So 25,000 BSR. This one is 153,000 BSR, 70,000, 51,000, 74,000. I mean, look at all these books doing very well. 145,000, 21,000, 84,000, 50,000, 114,000. As you can see, there's a lot of demand for this creepy kawaii niche. Now, if we look at the sample, so here's the cover. Here's one of the interiors, a very simple type of coloring page, very thick lines, very smooth lines, very simple image here. And then here's another one right here. And then there's another one right there. Here's a couple more images on the back. Another sample of another book. So here's the interior of this book. So very nice. So this type of interior can easily be made with AI. So there's a lot of AI tools out there. So depending on what you want to use, Midjourney, Nuria Creator. I made a tutorial on how to create coloring books just like this. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and click somewhere up on top of the video and it'll link you to that video of how to create books with AI. Now, this type of coloring book usually is about 50-ish pages in length, which is going to total about 100 to 105 pages for your book, and usually 8.5 by 11. Now, if we look at the A+ content, we're going to see very similar pages to the sample. However, what I want you to notice is that you can actually showcase more of your books on A+ content. And this is a great way to actually show your customer a little bit more about your book. But the best thing about the A+ content that I love is this module right here at the end, where you can link more of your books here so that people that are looking through your listing, they can find more of your books. And maybe this book right here is not for them, but maybe they want something else. And let's say they want a gnomes coloring book. Well, there's one right here. They could go to your listing, or they could add it to the cart. And it makes it easy for them to look at your other books and basically get a boost in sales by just simply implementing this module, which is completely free to do because it's provided by Amazon KDP. So if you want to watch that video, you want to know how to create this type of content on your listings, I'm going to leave a card up right now. Now, speaking of gnomes, the next random niche that we have is the gnomes coloring book. So right away, niche score of 60, very good. Total results just over 1,000 at 1,051. So the competition is not so high. You're going to have a decent chance at getting your book seen here on the first page of Amazon without using the KDP ads. Average bestsellers rank 335,000, very good, about a sale a day. Average reviews 166, average price $8.21. And we see here the exact match of 17 out of 48, which means how many books are using this exact keyword in their title. And then how many independently published, aka how many KDP books, 36. Now, if we look at the demand, look at all these sponsored products. We're going to skip all of this, even though there are some that's independently published. They don't even rank very well, which just goes to show you, you don't really need ads, because look at this. This is independently published with the bestsellers ranked 2 million. So the ads obviously aren't helping this book. Same with this book and same with this book. This one's at 971,000. This book's at 1 million. What's really going to sell your book is the cover design, not the ads. The ads will help boost your book to get up on the first page and get up there to be seen, but people aren't going to click it if it doesn't look good. So you really got to work on your cover design. We have this book right here, Garden Gnomes, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 29,984, which is good for an estimated $26 per day in royalties and $785 per month in estimated royalties. You're going to have many types of books. You're going to have coloring books, log books, journals, all types of activity books. And all of these books' incomes, they're all going to add up at the end of the month, which is actually the better way to do this. Instead of hoping for just one book that does very, very well, you kind of want to have a lot of books that do a little bit well. And then it just all adds up. We see this book ranking in at 229,000. This book's at 24,000. This one's at 127,000. This one's at 51,000. This one's at 187,000, 152,000. So we see a lot of demand for this Gnomes coloring book. And the thing that I see, there's a lot of variety in this niche. So we have this square type coloring book, kind of like the big and bold type. And then we also have the more traditional 8.5 by 11 type of coloring book. And then on top of that, we have sub niches. So we have Christmas gnomes, we have fantasy gnomes, Halloween gnomes, autumn gnomes. There's going to be a lot of opportunity here to actually make profits for yourself. All you have to do is kind of find a niche that you like, find a niche that's underserved, create a book for it. Now, the last random niche that we have for today is the swear word coloring book. So right away, niche score 68. We have total results over 2,000. It's actually closer to 3,000 at 2,941. The exact match, 27 out of 48. Independently published 31 KDP books here. The average bestsellers rank 74,000, average reviews 1,803, and the average price of $7.92. Now, if we look at some of these books, we can see two bestsellers right here, both independently published. One is ranking at 85, the other's at 3,696. We have another one here that's ranking it at 588. This one's ranking it at 462. So as you can see, not just a lot of demand, but very, very, very profitable niche. That's the reason why I put this on this list, is because of the profit potential here. 8,000 BSR, 2,000 BSR, 33,000 BSR, a lot of demand. Now, the issue with this niche, or more specifically this keyword, is that it's over 2,000 results, closer to 3,000. You're gonna have a hard time getting your book ranked and seen on the first page of Amazon without using some advertisement. So when this happens and you want to kind of lower the competition, get lower search results, all you have to do is something called niching down, which basically means finding something more specific within this search term or within this niche. So if you think about swear word coloring book, well, there are a lot of different types of swear word coloring books. One way to find that is just by simply clicking on the search bar. You're going to come up with these options right here. This is called niching down, which basically shows you more of a specific type of swear word coloring book. As we can see, here's one specifically for adults. Here's one for women. Here's one for adults relaxation, a bold and easy one for men, for adults work. So I actually found one for you. This one has 465 results for the swear word coloring book for adults with motivational quotes. We can see the exact match, only 1 out of 48 and 38 independently published books. Now the average bestsellers rank, very good, 272,000, good for about a sale a day. Average review 742, and the average price $7.66 with a niche score of 53. So everything's looking good on this end right here. And if we look at some of the books, once again, skip the sponsored products. First one right here, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 13,000. This one right here, bestsellers rank of 3,696, which is going to be good for an estimated royalty of $215 per day, which equates to $6,457 per month in estimated royalties. This is going to be a huge income for just one coloring book like this. And this is the reason why people love to do low and medium content books, is purely because of the potential for these types of profits. This book, 11,000 BSR, 36,000 BSR, 72,000 BSR. So you see a lot of demand here. Same type of niche, just a little bit niche down for motivational quotes. So this is the one that you want to go after if you're going to get into this niche. If we take a look at a sample to look at one of the interiors. So it's a very simple coloring book and then just some motivational quotes right here. And then here are some more samples on the back of the book. Not too hard to make. You can make this type of book with the combination of AI, Creative Fabrica, and Canva. You can kind of put this all together. It's actually pretty fun to make this type of book. It's not that hard at all. And as you can see with the profit potential, it can be quite lucrative. Now, if you want a part 3 to this series, let me know by smashing that like button and commenting down below. Also, if you haven't checked out my KDP royalty roadmap, which is going to help you publish your first low content book on Amazon KDP, go ahead and check out the link down below, and hopefully it'll help you with your KDP journey. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.